Hey guys, welcome to Yoga for Fibromyalgia. My name is Sarah and I'm a yoga teacher living with and healing fibromyalgia. This week's class is for joint mobility and joint health, so let's get started. Okay guys, so let's get into any comfortable seated position. You could be sitting on the edge of your bed here, maybe on the chair or on the floor. Take a deep breath in, lift the chest. And take a few breaths here. Check in with how you feel. How are your joints? As you exhale, release the jaw, release any stiffness in the shoulders, in the lower back, in the hips. Now for all-round joint health, you want to be strengthening the surrounding muscles, stretching them, relaxing them, mobilising the joints and stabilising the joints. So we'll get onto a little bit of that in today's class. On your next inhale, slowly open your eyes. Great, let's begin with the feet and the ankles. So just stretch out the left leg and relax the right leg on top. You can do this on a chair as well. We're going to hold under the ankle, and just for a couple of breaths, we're going to shake the foot. Keep the foot nice and passive. Wonderful. And we'll take it to the other side. And shake. Excellent. And relax that leg too. So both legs out in front. You can sit on a prop here if you are on the floor, just to lift the hips up a bit. On our next inhale, let's bend the toes, super, super bendy. And then inhale, stretch. Do that once more. And stretch. Great. Now this time, inhale in center. And as you exhale, let's bend the left ankle, point the toes away as you bring the right toes forward. And switch. Notice the subtleties that are occurring as you move one part of your body. Notice the legs, ankles to knees to hip, shoulders. They're all connected. And when we find we have pain and discomfort in one joint, probably because there are misalignments or problems going on in the other joints as well. Great. Now this time, bend your ankles so that they're kind of turning outwards and then inwards. Outwards and inwards. Feels really good actually, like getting a foot massage. And it's nice on the outside of the legs as well, on the inside of the legs. A few more. Good, and relax. Take a breath in center. And we will move on to the knees. So when you inhale, see if you can lift the kneecaps up. Notice what happens to the quads. Relax. Lift the kneecaps again. So lifting the kneecaps makes the quadriceps nice and engaged. Relax, do that once more. And this time hold. Let's hold for 3 breaths. Push the feet away in an imaginary wall. Lift the kneecaps, lift, lift, lift. And sit up nice and tall. One more breath here. And relax. Fantastic. Now we're going to come into something really funky for the hips. It's a take on the butterfly pose. So just bring your hands behind. Okay. So inhale, bend the right knee and bring the sole of the right foot towards the inner left thigh. Next, inhale, bring the left leg all the way around. Bring it straight over the bent right knee if you can. And then bring it all the way back, exhaling, bring it through Bend the knee and see if you can bring feet to feet and knee down. And we're in butterfly. Inhale, straighten the right leg. And then coming around the left side this time, straight right leg. Bend the right knee, coming all the way through, feet to feet, knees down. Okay, so go through that a couple more times in your own flow. Go as slow as you like. Feeling out the hip movement. We'll do it once more on either side. Good. Take a breath there. And then bring the knees together and relax. Good. Notice any sensation, any feeling in the hips. Great. So now let's move on to the wrists. So sitting in any comfortable position. Let's hold just above the wrist and shake. Keep the hand nice and loose. One more breath here. Great. Now hold on to the little finger side of the hand and shake. Shaking the wrist out, nice and loose. Another breath here. And then we'll switch hands. So now holding the left arm just above the wrist. Keep the left hand nice and passive. And then holding the little finger side. Great. Great. Let's stretch the carpal tunnel. Bring the right upper arm close into the right ribs. And when you're ready, the thumb behind the hand. Stretch the hand. Feel the stretch in the wrist. And breathe here 2 breaths. And slowly, gently release. Be really careful. Rest in center. And then let's switch. Taking the left arm close to the ribs and stretching here. And relax nice and carefully in center. Fantastic. Let's move on to the jaw. So you can bring your fingertips to touch the jaw. And then what we're going to do is move the chin forwards, down, back, and up, making a circle. And keep that going. Just breathing normally through the nose. And release. Feel softening in the jaw. Fantastic. Let's move on to the shoulders now. So sitting in any comfortable position, again on the chair, on the bed, fine. We're going to bring the shoulders really far forward so the shoulder blades at the back have more space. And then inhale, pull them back. So it's like you're pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades at the back. And then forwards. And back. Keep that going a few times. Good. And relax. And then we'll go up and down. Up and really down. And begin to make circles in one direction. And in the opposite direction. And shake it out. Great. Let's move on to the neck. Inhale in center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And then while you're here, turn to look in your left armpit. And we'll hold here for 2 breaths. To come up, turn ear to shoulder. And then up to center. Other side, ear to shoulder. Turning to look at the armpit. Inhaling up ear to shoulder. And head over heart over pelvis. Take a breath here. And exhale, relax. Excellent. Now this next stretch, it's called spider monkey. It's super cute, so you can sit in any position. Actually, I'm going to sit on a cushion. I'll turn to the side, maybe you see me better. And I'm going to sit on the cushion, but you can sit in any comfortable position. Okay. So I'm going to bring my right hand back and see if I can hold my left arm. I'll just turn so you can see me. Okay. And now I'm going to pull my right shoulder back and begin to turn my chest over towards the right side. With my left hand, I can bring it to my left leg. Or if I can, I'll see if I can creep it over towards my right thigh. Notice straight away, stretch in the right shoulder. So you don't want any pain or discomfort. Well, I mean, sometimes a little discomfort, but not pain, okay? Not pain, not tingling, numbness, anything like that. See if you can pull the right shoulder back just slightly as you turn maybe a little more. And then let's turn to look left. 2 big, beautiful breaths here. And to come out, bring the head back to center. Bring the left arm back. Slowly release the right arm. And bring the hands to the legs. Notice any feelings, any sensations in the body. And then we'll take it to the other side. So I'm going to grab my right arm with my left hand. My right hand on my right thigh or over towards the left. So I pull my left shoulder back and turn my chest to the left. When I'm situated here, I'll look over my right shoulder as I'm twisting my upper back to the left. Pulling my left shoulder back. One more breath here. And slowly release. Take a breath in center. And maybe shake it out a little bit. Any natural movements that are calling you. Then we need a rolled blanket or a rolled towel. And we'll lay down. This next one is for the ribs and the upper back. So roll the blanket. Now if it's too thick and too high, you'll know, and then you can come off and roll it again slightly thinner. And if you don't really feel anything, then you know you want to roll it again. So you choose where to place the blanket along the ribs, because you might have discomfort in different sets of ribs. So we'll lay down. Oh, that's too far. And get yourself situated. Relaxing the head down. Now you might want a prop for the back of the head if the floor feels really far away. You might put something there for the head. Good. So first of all, just notice for a moment, place your hands on your ribs. Take a big breath in. You can bring your knees and feet together. Great. Now cross the right arm over the left. See if you can bring your fingertips close to your shoulders. Great. And now from here, just side to side, let the elbows move and let your head move with it. Keep the legs stable. Inhale and center. Exhale, moving again. See how you feel. You might need to adjust the blanket. You might need to adjust the prop under the head if it's not feeling right. And relax in center. Let's bring the arms slightly around the head. Bend the elbows. Just notice that. Wowzer. And then come back. Bring the left arm crossed over this time. Fingertips towards the shoulders. And elbows bending side to side. Let the head go with the movement. Inhale in center. Let's do that again. Good. Let's bring the arms once again around the head, loosely around the head. Oh yeah. Big breath in. Big breath out. Great. Let's slowly, gently come out. Roll to one side and then you can take away the prop. Okay. Release the head down or maybe on a little cushion. Now, our last move today is for the lower back. So lift the pelvis and really push the lower back down, push the pelvis down. Inhale, bring the knees up towards your chest. You can just rest your arms by the sides. Okay. On your next inhale, bring the right toes down. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale back. Other side, inhale, drop. Exhale. Inhale back. Do that again, either side. So what we're doing is strengthening some of the core muscles. Let's do that once more either side. By strengthening the abdominal, we strengthen the lower back. If you want a little more, you can do 2 feet at a time. But notice as the 2 feet come down, the tilt in the pelvis. I don't know if you can see mine. Mine's quite a lot. So what that means is when you're up here, push the lower back down. Push it like it's glued to the floor. Now, as these 2 feet come down, you got to keep pushing and notice that engagement in the core. Oh, it's on fire. Push, 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 down, 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 toes come down. And then inhale back up. Push, 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 push. Now you're targeting the area that you want. Whereas if we're just doing this, we're really just rocking the hips and pelvis. We're not doing any core engagement. Okay, let's do one more wherever you are. And then hug the knees in, rock a little side to side. So I'm not big on workouts. I'm not big on sort of, overexertion, and then it's not my thing. But I definitely acknowledge the need to support the joints, and we have to strengthen the muscles to support the joints. It just has to be done. So a little bit, I don't mind. And when it's done with love and care, it's done from a place of love. I'm not hating my body and trying to work it until it's completely exhausted. No, I'm just doing a few movements, a few stretches, a few breaths out of love, self-love. Okay, let's release the legs down, come into shavasana. There's so much more we could do, but I don't want to go on and on for too long. So let's begin to relax. So we worked through the toes a little bit, the ankles, the knees. We did a little bit in the hips. We did the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the ribs, and the lower back. So that's not bad. That is pretty darn good. So shavasana is super important. I'm going to be a little bit quiet now. Every exhale, allow any accumulated tension to drain out. When we're ready, let's bring the hands together. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Namaste. Hey guys, just a really quick message. If you enjoyed this practice and you want to go in deeper and slower and get into each joint individually, I have made a joint course on my Fibromyalgia Healers Yoga Membership and Sisterhood website. And this bundle consists of 10 individual classes. We have a class for the feet and the ankles, a class for the knees, a class for the lower back, a class for the pelvis, a class for the hips, a class for the ribs, a class for the upper back, a class for the shoulders, a class for the neck and jaw, and a class for the elbows, wrists, and hands. So 10 classes in total. They're about between 20 and 30 minutes in length for each class. And you can find that bundle available to purchase, and you can download it and keep it for life. Or you can become a Fibromyalgia healer, becoming a member, and join us and have access to that bundle, as well as, I think, 75, I believe, other videos, including the 40-day series to reconnect, Care Don't Flare, and Flare Care Recovery. All classes I'm super proud of. really ideal for people living with and healing fibromyalgia and chronic pain and chronic fatigue, as I take a nice slow approach with lots of rest breaks. And the really great thing about having individual classes for each joint is that for each joint we can really get into the nitty gritty. So we can get into mobilising the joint, stabilising the joint, strengthening the joint, strengthening all the surrounding muscles, and stretching the surrounding muscles. Because when we practice yoga, a lot of the time we're stretching. And if we have weak muscles and we're stretching weak muscles, all that happens is that we will gain more flexibility, but flexibility is not equal to health or less pain or increased vitality, right? So stretching is important when the muscle is all tight like this and we want to lengthen it. But what if it's all tight like this and it's super weak? Then we're just lengthening a really weak muscle, right? So these strengthening exercises are not really scary. I promise I'm not a workout kind of person. These strengthening exercises are small, subtle, they build up. And I've designed these 10 videos to be like a 10-week course. So it's really freestyle. If you want, you could do one video a week and make that your 10-week course. Or, and what I've suggested is that you start with the first video for the feet and the ankles, week 1, and you do that 2 or 3 times in the week. Then in the second week, you do the feet and the ankles again just once, but you bring in the knees 2 or 3 times. The third week, you do the lower back 2 or 3 times with the feet and the knees maybe once in the week. So you see, like that, you are building up each week, but you are continuing to go back to the feet, back to the knees, because those parts are so important. You might think we've got neck pain, right, or shoulder pain, and we focus on this and we do the stretches and we do the strengthening. But if there's an issue down here, there's going to be an issue up here. So in that way, it's really adaptable, and I think it will be super beneficial. Okay, so I'll leave the links down below. If you're interested, go and have a look. There's a free trial, so you can go have a look around and see how you feel. Bye for now, and I'll see you soon.